Minister Rajitha Senaratne says a special cabinet meeting has been called for tomorrow to reach a final decision on the draft of the proposed 20th Amendment to the Constitution. A dialogue on the amendment to the Constitution to change the electoral system arose once again after the Prime Minister submitted a proposal at the previous cabinet meeting.
The SLFP, UNP and several other factions have submitted proposals with a consensus on the basic premise that the preferential voting system should be abolished through the proposed 20th Amendment. While a proposal was put forward to elect 255 representatives under a mixed electoral system, the Prime Minister's proposal notes that the current number of 225 should be maintained. The proposal for 255 seats in Parliament notes that 165 MPs will be elected on the electorate system. The Prime Minister's proposal reduces this number to 125.
Fundamentally, they are both the same. Both systems will not cause injustice to any of the parties represented in Parliament. So what is the problem? The problem is, can the number of electorates in the country be reduced to 125? Secondly, can appropriate representation be guaranteed for parties like the Hello Rume, JVP, Muslim Congress and Workers' Congress, which represent various groups and ideologies? There are about 1.5 million voters in the Colombo district. According to this, there will be about 12 electorates in the Colombo district, so it will be reduced by 3. There are 529,000 votes in the Jaffna district. If we reduce it to 125 seats, then Jaffna will only receive 4 MPs. Do you agree with this? I say with responsibility and clarity to the UNP leader, do not join the history books as a person who obstructed the golden opportunity to abolish the preferential voting system and have a good proportional system. At the same time I say to the opposition, do not go down as traitors in the history of this country by bringing sudden no-confidence motions and trying to get rid of the Prime Minister by obstructing the process of abolishing the preferential voting system.
There is no way that the government can be confused on this. This is because we were involved in the discussion both within and outside the Executive Council. We spoke with the Commissioner too, and a common framework of ideas was agreed upon. Among these ideas is that the proportional representation system is a positive aspect of the current system. So we will protect the proportional representation system and abolish the preferential voting system. Also, the lack of MPs accountable for their electorates was considered, and it was decided to include this factor as well in a new electoral system.
They asked the political parties to submit ideas for the 20th Amendment submitted previously, but what they have purportedly adopted is a different thing. We do not know for certain what it is. In truth, what is happening here is not the introduction of a new electoral system. It is a political power struggle. Tell us clearly what it is.
The President promised us clearly in the Executive Council that proportional representation would prevail at elections and that all would receive fairness. But in the end, what has been put to Cabinet is completely different. It is the Prime Minister that presented this new formula. So what we have to say to him too is that this should be done in line with the promises made so far. Another special cabinet meeting has been called for Friday. All these problems and questions will be discussed there and a final decision will be made. The UNP introduced it saying it was for the benefit of the minor parties. The UNP says it has taken a policy decision not to go beyond 225.